Hey everybody, Whiskey and Crypto with Cam, and today I'm going to talk about blockchain and blockchain notarizations. So grab a seat and hold on because this is going to be one of my more technical videos. I want to start with a little bit basics about blockchain. I think most of us understand that Bitcoin is a set of blocks. That's why they call it a blockchain. And each block is a transactional ledger. And so those blocks store all of the transactions, and then a miner comes up with a unique hash for that particular block. And then it moves on to the next block, and the next transactions are put into the block. So that's Bitcoin. You probably know that each block is about 10 minutes between each block. So one of the things that we want to talk about is how to secure that blockchain. You've probably heard of a 51% attack. It's also known as a blockchain reorganization or a double spend attack. So let's talk about that real quick. If you spent some money here and you had enough miners, 51% of them, that's why they call it a 51% attack, and you have enough miners that you can then control the next blocks, you can spend that money and then roll back and spend it again and create a new blockchain. It's kind of a fork. I don't want to get into the details because honestly I'm not a programmer or a coder, so I can't get into much more tech than that. But what I can tell you is it takes 51% of the mining power so that you can change the blockchain to your liking, where you fork the chain and you are able to respend your money. So, Komodo project has come up with a novel way to help prevent that on their blockchain. So, Bitcoin at this point, Bitcoin's numero uno, it is the one, right? Right now, according to the crypto51.app, which calculates the cost of a 51% attack on multiple blockchains, it would cost $464,012 to attack the Bitcoin blockchain for 1 hour. So they could do a double spend, but you'd have to spend nearly $500,000. But a lot of smaller blockchains, that would probably be a little bit easier to accomplish. For instance, I think Raven is at $16,000. Some of the things, Bitcoin Z, I think is down under $100 to rent the mining hash power necessary to do a 51% attack. So Komodo came up with an idea of notarization. I don't know if they came up with it, but they have implemented an idea where they send a hash, a unique numerical value of all of the information contained in a blockchain up to the point in that block. It is sent over to the Bitcoin chain where it is written indelibly into the ledger, and there's a return that comes back that also has a unique number. So also a hash of sorts. So that way, if somebody were to attack the Komodo chain, they would also have to attack the Bitcoin chain in order to roll back to this safe point. Now, SafeCoin, which is a fork of Komodo, has taken this a step further. And so now, imagine you also have another blockchain over here. Now, something else about blockchains is that each blockchain can have a different amount of time. So SafeCoin is 1 minute between blocks is the estimated time. Bitcoin 10 minutes. Let's say we have Raven coin over here. They've got a pretty fast block time. And then let's say we have Bitcoin Gold over here, and they have a slower block time. Not that any of that matters. Block time in the big picture doesn't matter, except that when it is really slow, in the case of Bitcoin, there's too many transactions and there's a maximum size that each block can be. And if you can only have so many megabytes every 10 minutes, you can only have so many transactions in that ledger. So a faster transaction time is going to allow you to have faster confirmations, and it's going to allow you to have more transactions per second. So getting back to notarization. SafeCoin, what's so amazingly cool about SafeCoin, not that I'm biased, it is crypto and whiskey. So got a little bottle, little glass of proper 12 here. So SafeCoin is going to notarize to multiple chains. So they're going to send a hash, not gonna. Actually, secrets out, there are a couple of test notarization nodes already in place, and it's being done as we speak. However, it's going to become bigger, and it's going to be something that everybody can run a notarization node. So SafeCoin is notarizing to multiple blockchains. Now, not every block on every blockchain is going to have a notarization transaction and hash. But because an attacker wouldn't know which blockchain each block has notarized to, and because now you've got multiple, maybe it doesn't cost more than $15,000 to attack Raven or $100,000 to attack Bitcoin Gold. But the thing is, you would have to attack Bitcoin Gold, Raven, SafeCoin, and Bitcoin all at the same time. It's not feasible. And even if you don't have a hash going to each blockchain, you still have super random and super mathematically, it's increasing by factors, not just addition. And so you have a lot of security. So this is going to be the most secure way to secure a blockchain, and it's going to cost less or nothing. Unlike some of the other projects where they have to, in the case of Komodo, they did a ICO, and so they have a lot of funding, and they can last forever. I think the last thing I read was something like 17 years. They've got enough funding in theory to keep funding transactions to Bitcoin. But why not spread that out everywhere? And why not do it for free? So there's a lot more options available with the SafeNodes. And then VeriBloc. VeriBloc has some interesting stuff. It's also a notarization method. Remains to be seen, though, if that one also is sustainable. That's the thing about SafeCoin, is it's sustainable. Now, also, because there's multiple chains, SafeCoin has come up with a great acronyms to help you remember the notarization philosophy or notarization protocol for SafeCoin. It's called MATCH, Multi-Asset Transactional Consensus Hardening, because we're hardening the chain through multi-assets with a transactional consensus, and there's going to be a consensus on each block. So this is super duper cool. I hope that this was a way to explain to you a little bit about the idea behind notarization and how it's going to work, and the idea is that SafeCoin is going to notarize to multiple blockchains. So if we want to keep it really simple, SafeCoin, to attack SafeCoin's chain, you would also have to attack multiple other chains. And I mean, is there a limit? Of course there's a limit, but there's not realistically, it'll be easy for SafeCoin to notarize to at least 6, if not 12 blockchains. And what's going to be really cool is that those blockchains also, if they wanted to cooperate with the code, they could go both directions as well, thus securing their blockchain to the SafeCoin blockchain, which is secured to multiple other blockchains through the MATCH protocol. So there is a lot going on, but that is kind of a basic way of putting it. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I hope it explains everything. Ask questions in the comments at the bottom. Make sure to hit subscribe. Hit the little bell button too, because I don't know, everybody else says it. So there you have it. That's my serious crypto talk for tonight. What I want to do now is I want to take you over to the bar, and I'm going to teach you how to make the best Mexico Martini you've ever had. All right, so I'll see you in a second at the bar. Pay close attention. All right, here we go. Your ingredients for this martini, going to be some vodka and some mezcal. You could use any Blanco tequila, will be pretty good with this. If you like some of the other tequilas, añejo or mezcal, we're going to make this one with a little mezcal. A little bit of dry vermouth. I like jalapeno stuffed olives. And then we need some of our bar tools. So I always like to make sure I ice my glass. I want my glass to be as cold as possible, so I throw a little ice and water in there. I'm going to take the rest of my ice, put it in my shaker. I'm going to take just about 2 pours of vodka. I'm going to take 2 pours of mezcal, but I'm going to make these a little bit longer. So if this is an ounce shot, then I'm going to go for 2.5 ounces to 2 ounces of the vodka. So just a skosh over half. And then we all like dry martinis, I hope, because if you're not drinking dry martinis, well, I don't know, just drink wine. So we're going to just use a splash of this. It's going to be probably less than ½ an ounce. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my shaker. I'm going to take a second here while that's settling for a second. I'm going to get my jalapeno olives ready. Always do 3. It's like the Titanic, 1 olive for each hour. So, once you have your glass set and pretty, we're going to shake it. I don't do any trick shakes or anything like that. We're going to shake it until it ices up, basically, until you feel that your hand is so cold shaking this shaker that you know it's time to pour. So, now we're going to pour it in. You can see how nice and icy it looks. Built to the top. Do a little test taste. Yep, that's perfect. You get a little bit of that tequila smoke and that tequila taste without this tasting like some $2 shot on college bar special night. The vermouth really does add a little bit to this, so even if you like a dry martini, like if that's how much vermouth you normally put in, put a little in on these, you'll like it. And that's it. So we got crypto and we got martinis, no whiskey, so hit the subscribe button and that way you can see whiskey next time. See ya.